basically it's human nature to want to portray yourself in the best light possible. But how do you do that and also stay true to yourself and your core values as a business at the same time? And the way you do that is what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another powerful episode of the Creatives Journal podcast. I am so excited to be talking to you guys today because we have an incredible topics in the works. And this one is balancing professionalism versus authenticity in your business. Let's talk about it. So, when I talk about professionalism versus authenticity, I've had this come up a ton for me as a business owner, and I've also had some of my clients bring this up as well. And it all traces back to the overarching topic of brand. How do you want to present yourself to your customers, to your clients? When you talk about branding, you have perceptions, and this is based on everything from so much more than just the visuals. The visuals are what we focus on here at MMG Design, but branding is so much more than just visuals. What your clients, what your customers, what your viewership, what your audience thinks of you is based so much more on just the visuals. So if you think about the visual side of branding, you have colors, logos, elements, design, brand touch points, all these things that people see when they think of you. But when it comes to the non-visual side of things, we have other things. And Liz Mosley is the one who really cued me in onto the importance of the non-visual aspects of building a brand and the effectiveness of it. And this stuff contains the concepts like how you speak to others, your brand voice, your tone, whether or not you choose to swear in your branding, where you show up online, what platform you associate with, the different groups you hang out with, different abstract things like the way animations, so many of these abstract concepts that go so much more deeper than the visuals. And going back to our topic of creativity and how you present yourself as a brand, how do you do that in a professional way that is also authentic? Because a lot of the times, those two things can be at odds. So let me elaborate. I want to present myself as professional because it allows my business to be successful. It allows me to work with people that can afford my service. It allows me to work with people that are just professional and other business people because I understand that there is a big difference between business transactions and there's a lot of things that go on underneath the surface of that. But I also want to be authentic because when you're working with clients, you want to work with the right people long term. And this goes for any business, any industry. You have to appear as yourself in order for your relationship to be a good one. And that goes into setting expectations, that goes into the very first touch point, that goes into presenting yourself. And the problem that I have seen arise, and a lot of my clients have consulted me about, is that you want to appear both ways at the same time. And how do you find that balance between being professional and also being true to yourself and not sacrificing one for the other? So there's a couple touch points I want to touch on about how you can kind of balance this. And number one is you can address different topics as in a purely professional manner and other topics in a more abstract manner. So let me explain. So you can be friends with the people, with your clients, with the people you do business with, but they don't necessarily have to be the, you don't always have to talk to them in a professional manner at that moment. So when you're talking business, when you're talking dollars and cents, transactions, project scope, actual deliverables, these are the times when you can be in a professional manner. And that includes how you dress, that includes how you present yourself, that includes your tone of voice, that includes everything, whether you meet in person or online. And in other topics, whether it's you're hanging out outside of work or you're just messaging outside of um, outside of actual business communication, you're not sending invoices, then you can choose to be a bit more transparent. And that's a good way to kind of balance these things. Another thing too is say you are representing your business at a networking event or a company outing or a place where potential prospects might be. That is where you want to index more towards the professionalism side of things, because if you are more professional, these people haven't worked with you yet. The first impression you want to make is on the professional side of things. And then as you peel the layers back, then you can slowly reveal more of your authentic side. So when you are looking to make a good impression, when these are people that you don't know, it's always safer to index on the side of professionalism and then kind of reveal the curtain going forward as you move into your business and you have more touch points than other people. So that's going to be all for this one. Make sure you guys are tuning into all of the episodes. Make sure you guys are implementing these practices into your business. Tell me about a call, a meeting, anything that you do in a client interaction where you appeared more professional than you usually do, and let me know how that went. Because I've been to a lot of events, a lot of networking events lately, in particular, where I've had to present myself as a lot more professional, and people start asking you these questions of, how many employees do you have? What does your agency look like? And the pull is so strong to want to appease these people by saying, you have a certain revenue target or things that you don't.